saying earlier, bro, I really appreciate you sitting here doing this interview with me. I think it's amazing, man, getting stories and people's perspectives on what life is like out here in the streets, man. I think it gives an insight, on what goes on out here, and I think it's real important to give people a voice without a voice. So we're gonna start from the beginning with you, man. What is your name, age, and current living situation?
My name is John-37. My age is, I'm 37, born in 1988. I've been homeless for about 5 years, 5 to 6 years.
5 years?
Yeah. When I first became homeless when I was younger, my first experience being homeless, it was like, you gotta hurry up and get off those streets before it eats you up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because first it starts out, you get kicked out or whatever, you're on the streets, and you're carrying all these bags around, all your clothes and stuff, you're like, I can't do this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you're like, you gotta get out of this quick, it's gonna eat you up,
Yeah.
That's really what happened to me ultimately. It just tiring, and then just just all the stuff that's around, and just smoking or whatever.
Yeah, you mentioned 5 years, man. 5 years is a long time.
Yeah.
Have you ever tried to put in for a rapid housing?
I haven't. I was kind of turned down, and just because everything was like, I've never heard of rapid housing. I'm from Las Vegas, Nevada.
Okay.
So everybody said there's a long list. So when you hear those kind of things, you kind of shut off from it. But I think those things are probably good things in life. It's good to be on a list rather than just be able to. I haven't experienced it, but just to be thrown into an apartment situation. So I think the actual list is the real life living situation.
Yeah. I agree with you, man. I feel like, like you said, it takes a long time. They definitely do. I know a lot of people who are on the list and have been on that list for 10 plus years.
Yeah.
That's a long time, man.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if it's worth the wait. I think it would be, but, I guess it's at your discretion or what have you. Can you tell me a little about your journey? What was life prior to you being homeless? What was life like?
Well, I had some really cool. I had some really good jobs growing up. I worked at the airport and worked at the convention center.
Awesome.
Yeah, I had some really cool jobs. I'd be like, I worked for Starbucks and
Starbucks?
Yeah, restaurants. The Starbucks was cool. Starbucks was one of my favorite jobs inside the convention center.
Yeah.
We were like the number 2 Starbucks in the country, so we were a really busy place. So that's kind of what my life was when I was 18 growing up. You know what I mean? It was just I love to work, just go to work all the time. Just I'll pick up all the extra days, stuff like that.
Yeah, you're
stuff like
hard workers, huh? Just work all the extra hours and everything.
Yeah, right.
What about family life, man?
Like
You and your family still talk, or?
Yeah, I still have. I'm able to connect with my family.
Man, that's amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I have to find their information again. So once I get a phone and stuff and I'm back online, I'm sure I can do it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people out here who can't talk to their family no more. So I would consider being able to talk to your family is a blessing,
Absolutely.
And right away, that lets me know that, you're not a bad guy. Because most people can't talk to their family, so being that you're able to talk to yours is a good thing for you, That lets me know your character, is all right.
Yeah.
What does a typical day on the streets look like for you, man? Is it always the same? Is it different? What's it like out here, man?
Well, it's getting colder now. In the winter days, it's getting a little colder, but it seems like the traffic's a little different. To be honest with you, it seems like, I don't know if my mind's playing tricks on me and stuff. I've lived here for like 8 years off and on, but I'm kind of noticing different things. Like when I first got back here from Las Vegas or California. Sorry,
no, you're good.
Manager from McDonald's.
this guy right here.
Right on, man.
Hey, this guy's amazing, man. You're an amazing dude, bro.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Man, takes a hell of a dude to do that, man. Good looking, bro.
Would you like one?
That was amazing. One of the workers just gave my man some. That's awesome,
right on.
bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
See how that works?
Yes, sir.
That's dope, man.
Shout out to 16.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. That was awesome. I feel like anybody who takes their time to come and help somebody who's deemed by the people like less fortunate, or somebody who's going through a struggle right now in life, I think they're an amazing person, man. It takes a hell of a person to go outside of their norm and help somebody who's struggling a little bit, you know? 'Cause anybody, it can happen to anybody, man. If you could speak to your younger self, what would you say, man?
If I could write a letter to you, you know, you just remind me of the song. You know, when you said something like that, like if I could speak to my younger self, like the song by Brad Paisley, if I could write a letter to me. And it's a great song, you know, he has a lot of good reminders, so I would say something like that to me. You know, and
that's dope, bro. That was a really good answer.
Yeah, for sure.
A well thought out answer.
Yeah,
you're a smart dude, man.
Absolutely.
I can tell right away. Is there a person or an organization that has made a significant and or positive impact on your life since you've been out here, man?
I don't know the person by name, so I don't know him at all, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But someone was the angel of my life somewhere. So I definitely appreciations with that and stuff like this. Yeah.
That's amazing, man. That's another good, well said answer, man.
But and the organizations, things have changed a lot in the past like 7 years. You know, within our cities and stuff. So.
True.
But in Vegas, there used to be a thing called stand down. Like, if let's say you had outstanding tickets or something like that, and you know it went into fines, or they're looking for you or something like that.
Oh, warrant.
You know,
they used to do that here too.
Yeah, like you were able to go there without any problems, you know, and just
release you. You just happened to the court date.
Yeah, you just walk in. You're not really. You walk in on your. It was held at the baseball field.
Yeah, you turn yourself in.
Kind of. You just walk up to them and just let them know your situation. They like put you back on calendar. You could handle all your things without being put in any type of trouble.
Man, that's awesome.
Because any other way you would be in trouble. You know, if you get pulled over, you're in trouble. Yeah, but that was one of the ways where it was like you could just walk up on your own, you know, and just handle everything you needed to handle without being nervous or scared and stuff like that. So that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool. They, like I said, they used to do that here. I gotta ask, man, why do you think a lot of people who are not, because you said you're not from Arizona, right?
Right.
I always tell people, you know, 90% of the people that I interview are not from here.
Yeah.
Why do you think people are coming out here? Is it just circumstantial, or is it just the new boom? Everybody's coming to Arizona.
Circumstantial. That's like just the situation going on or something like that. To be honest with you, I don't know. I haven't really been talking to anybody individually like that, so I don't really know their living situation at all.
Yeah.
But it's
good weather, maybe. Arizona. Weather.
Yeah, great weather.
Could be a variety of different things. Huh?
Maybe so.
What is the most common reason you see?
Great. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
That's a good thing to go for, though, right?
Yeah. Hell yeah. A lot of people don't like that snow, so they're coming from, you know, Chicago. They're coming from back east.
Do you guys still get snow here?
I mean, you get snow like in, you know, the northern parts. Flagstaff.
See, that's
you
cool.
know, things like that.
See, that's one thing when you're homeless, you don't get the television.
Yeah.
So when you're watching TV, you see the snowstorms and all these things.
He's dope though. I watch him though.
I watch this shit too, homie.
Yeah.
Right on, man.
Yeah, that's cool. He's talking about another guy named Tales from the Street. I think, you know, he's dope. He's been doing it before everybody. Nice. He's the reason why a lot of people started doing this. So yeah, right on, shout out to him. Juan or Miguel, what he goes by. Shout him out. What is the most common reason you see for people ending up homeless?
The most common, shout out Juan. God bless him. So, the most common reason people become homeless?
Yeah. in your mind.
Getting kicked out.
Getting kicked out. Yeah.
Just breaking the trust between because a lot of people. I'm a little older now, but I've always been a mama's boy.
Yeah.
I've always kind of either messed up. I've done something to be in a situation where I might need help from my family. So I think that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So I think getting kicked out probably one of the big things to get on the street.
I agree, man. I think so too. Out here, man, I've met a variety of different reasons why people end up out here.
Yeah.
A lot of times people forget that you're just a slip, fall, paycheck away from being out here yourself, man. Bless you. And they need not judge, man. Don't be so callous. You never know when it could happen to you. That's one thing rule of thumb I try to live by, man. And yeah, there's just a variety of different people who end up out here, and it's not just one thing or another. So
yeah, absolutely. Hey, happy holidays.
It's Christmas.
Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Is there a particular experience you've had while homeless that stands out?
I just find myself trying to find a blanket a lot more. To be honest, yeah. So those are situations that stand out to me.
Yeah, I got one for you when we were done
Oh,
here.
right on, man.
Yeah, I got one for you.
Yeah, awesome.
It's one of those. It's in a small package, but then it gets big, vacuum sealed. I think it's in a vacuum sealed package.
Oh,
so
right on. Cool.
It should get big. I don't know how big. But
Yeah,
it's something, you know what I mean? My subscribers are amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah.
Even those emergency blankets.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, those are cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome too. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What's been the hardest part of being homeless for you, man?
Just not being able to find, because we have a lot of gift to gab, in our hearts and stuff like that. So we're always talking to people and always, it's been hard to find those people again. A lot of people are just going through their own thing, and so I haven't been able to make friends the same way just because everything going on that I used to have. So that's probably been the hardest. Yeah, absolutely, for sure.
What is a skill or talent you have that people might not expect?
I used to be a great people person back in the day. You probably don't see that in me, being on the streets, what I am now. But I used to have a great, great personality towards people. Sometimes if somebody looks sad or down and out or something, maybe step out of your comfort zone and just let them know, someone loves you, someone's thinking of you. You know what I mean? Someone's for sure.
Wise words.
That stuff was a real big thing back. This is like 2007 or something that I heard this, so or maybe even earlier. But yeah, it's probably like 2003 or something. But yeah, just stuff like that.
Awesome, man. Very well said.
Sorry if I didn't.
All right, man, where were we? I gotta ask, man, what are your hopes for the future?
Hopefully I get back, in the right path of things.
You will.
Hopefully you start seeing the, home the way it was again and everything like that. So I think that's a pretty important thing for everything.
I do too. I truly believe that you will do it, man. You're a very smart guy, man.
The last thing that happened for us, I'm not sure everybody's situation, you know what I mean? I don't know what everybody's seen with their own eyes, what's going on in their life. I kind of can put things together, but I'm not really sure. We had COVID-19.
Yeah.
And that's all we know. Wear a mask.
A lot of people, that's a lot of people. There's a lot of people who are saying that, that was the only thing that they've been through, or COVID, things like that.
Yeah.
What is something you wish more people understood about being homeless?
Try to keep your tent, keep your camp and stuff. You know what I mean? Have a place to stay.
Oh, keep it nice.
There you go. Yeah, well, at first when I became homeless, I used to get a tent or a blanket or something like that, and I just give it away. You know what I mean? But keep those things. It does get cold. You know what I mean? Like, try to keep that survival gear stuff. You know what I mean? Like your necessities in life.
Yeah, ECD,
try to remember
everyday
that
carry.
Yeah. Like, there's a lot of good people in this city, though. You know that they'll help you. They'll help guide you along the way. You know, being successful and you know that way you're okay. You know, living outside and wandering around the way you are, but.
Yeah, that's one thing I always speak to, the camaraderie of people out here.
Yeah.
It seems like there's a good camaraderie with the homeless people out here. Would you say that that's every homeless encampment, or is it just certain ones where everybody's just so cool, knows each other? Like you just said, people will help you on your way, things like that.
I think the best answer to say is everybody. Everybody's cool, you know what I mean?
That's awesome. Good answer. Yeah, that was a good one.
But in real life, I absolutely think that I think that people get in a situation to where they feel like something starts shooting at them, shooting at their personality or shooting at who they are as a person. You know, and I think that starts blocking who they are as people, anyways.
Yeah,
you know,
that makes sense. And last but not least, I told you I wouldn't keep you long. Do you have a Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, or anything like that, just in case whoever sees this video? You never know, man. They might want to help you out in a way, man. You never know.
I don't personally, but you know, they always said try to at least look at 3 different churches before you start going to a church. You know, calling it your full-time church or something. So I would do stuff like that. Just try to look at things. Don't look at it too close. You know, a lot of that stuff is if it's in your heart. You know what I mean? That's the best way to. Oh well, they support this and that. You know, because once you start looking at those things, you might read it a different way or something like that. You know, and you're like, oh wow, well they do this. I'm not gonna donate to that. But those things, the way you read it in your heart the first time is, they support this stuff or help this stuff. Typically, that's the real thing in life. Because, you know what I mean?
Very good, man. Typically. Yeah. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate your time, man. This was an amazing interview, bro. If I see you again, you think we can get an update?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, man. Have a good day, bro.